have art style.
Well, newbie has Lee. They had Lee, L-I. Never heard of, but I think in one of the tournaments they had Lee. I don't know if that's one of their standard ones or, you know, they're just trying it out, which I can understand because they are not used to having one.
I think when I talked to KP at Kiev, he said, like, we don't feel like we need one. The thing about it is when your ideas are varied and the leadership is very flexible, then the need for a coach is
kind of falls away.
Yeah. Whereas like guys like Kuro and Puppy and to a certain extent like Ramses, for example, / Solo. Ramses, of course, like drafts are fun too. They're a little bit more rigid, so it's good to have somebody kind of like give them the opposite opinion. Like the opinion that you don't necessarily want to hear, but is important to hear.
And that the captain then respects as well. I think that's one of the bigger ones. You have to have a coach that, you know, you respect his opinion in terms of the Dota knowledge. But the draft is on Omni Razor removed by Liquid on the Radiant side, and they also banned up the Tiny now. And on the Dire side will be Infamous, and they have banned out Chen, Lycan, and Enchantress with the first pick, Sand King.
So do you take Wisp or Earth Spirit here?
I think Earth Spirit is much safer as a pick. Wisp, I mean, it's a great hero, but also not exactly too in meta, at least.
Or you could take Rubik.
Sure.
Rubik, Earth Spirit?
5 seconds remaining.
Actually, I like the Rubik more out of the 3 you suggested so far.
Alright, Rubik is just so sick against Sand King. Oh, they've learned.
Okay. This is a combo that Fnatic used to run a lot, or still runs a lot. The Fnatic Disruptor ET combination. Actually, they just like ET a lot, and they run it with like Rasta. But I wonder how Liquid's gonna get.
Straight up Viper.
That's a very
this
early
would have been a
Viper
sick Rubik game.
Yeah, this
you get Burrow Strike, you get
Viper Strike.
Oh, the Corrosive too. Now you counter Viper with a break yourself.
Oh, sick.
It's like an ultimate counter. When I see Viper on the other side in the pop, I'm like, get wrecked. Pick Rubik.
I think Liquid really liked Disruptor from their series against you because it feels like you just get kills like crazy with this hero. The hero feels very strong to play right now.
10 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to ban.
In the recent LAN in Philippines, ET was, I think, the best position for hero in that tournament.
Yeah.
There was so much fighting involved, and he comes in and he claps, and generally you just win fights.
There's a downside for picking him early, though, is you can get countered by heroes like Lifestealer that just run at you. They don't really care. You can't play in the offlane against that hero as ET. At all phases of the game, Lifestealer is very nice against you. Unless you get like the me mags and disable them. Wonder why they decided to take Viper so early. Lane Dominator?
Maybe. But, I mean, I thought revealing a core unnecessarily early is not exactly the best way to go.
Wait, is Miracle captain, but Kuro is using his mouse? They misclick or something?
That seems like it. You know what the funniest thing out of all the, like, coach, captain drafting thing is that,
actually, before when we saw the team earlier, right?
Yeah.
What?
It was Miracle that was holding the note. It was Miracle that was holding the paper with the notes. So maybe he is just drafting this tournament just to see how it goes.
Kuro has his hand on the mouse.
Kuro is very...
No, Kuro has got his hand next to the mouse, but he's ready to jump.
But have you guys seen VGJ Thunder draft? Like, everybody gets up, ROTK sits down as the coach. It's like, get up, I'm sitting down, I'm clicking it. And then they pick, and they...
When they lose, he lays into them.
Yeah, for sure.
He gets in there.
And that's a coach. You know? Yeah. And that's how you 3-0 EG.
Yeah, I heard they asked him to, like... Because the other teams are still practicing when they got knocked out of the tournament. They had to be like, yo, you need to take this conversation elsewhere. This is...
it's too much.
Yeah, this is... Because he goes in. Okay, so they take DK. Alright, believe it or not, DK is like one of the best heroes against Viper.
Really?
Why?
Everyone thinks that Viper like crushes DK. I've not seen a DK lose to Viper.
But why is it?
Limp played it against somebody too, thinking that. It's because you have such a high amount of armor, like a stupid amount of regen, that once you get Soul Ring, you can harass them out. And because of Breathe Fire, it's very hard for Viper nowadays to last hit.
Are you worried about Corrosive at all?
Not really.
Okay.
So we thought the same things. Like the first time I saw this matchup
on paper, right? It's so Viper favored.
It was at StarLadder, and then I saw the matchup 3 subsequent times, and the Viper got crushed in every single one.
Right.
It was StarLadder Complexity versus. I need my memory not to fail me right now. LGD, coincidentally, and Cole picks the DK thinking like or Viper thinking like we're gonna crush this DK. Nope, close.
How that matchup gets out.
By the way, last 3 months, Infamous' Viper, 100% win rate.
All right, well that's why
they played 8 games with it, and they haven't lost a single one. And in terms of supports, I was actually going to say, they've played a lot of Ogre Magi, and I mean Bane is obviously in there, but Ogre Magi and Winter Wyvern are pretty high up there as well. But they go for the Earth Spirit instead.
10 seconds.
64% win rate with 11 games played.
Really think they should take the Lifestealer.
Seconds remaining.
On the side of Infamous. There's a ton of value. He has 2 vehicles in both the Earth Spirit and the Sand King. Very nice against the DK and the Disruptor and the ET. Doesn't care about any of those heroes.
Does being a drafter or drafting in general make you a better Dota player? Like if you want to learn more about the game, think about it in a different way. I'm thinking like, wait, what if Miracle is like, you know what? I know how this mid lane goes.
Yeah.
Done it before. I want to have a new challenge, but he still wants to play mid.
I would agree with that if it wasn't primarily Crow talking and holding the mouse.
No, I'm thinking Miracle is like I saw him with the paper. I'm like wondering what is he doing with the paper? Maybe he got a love letter beforehand or something like that from a fan. You don't know.
Pick the life.
Brewmaster it is first.
Yeah, I mean Brewmaster is another hero that doesn't want to play Lifestealer. So I'm definitely down with that pick.
It's not one of the best heroes for Infamous.
Alternatively, you take something like, I don't know, some like BKB or BKB-esque hero, like Luna or Jug. But I think Lifestealer has so much value here.
You know the first core that shows up in their most picked, other than Tiny, is Slark.
Wow, that is not a hero.
And it's very far down. Like they have been experimenting a lot with cores. Okay, they go for the Dazzle first.
That's a core Sand King.
Yep.
Oh, Huskar them.
I like that ban. I like that ban. Because even though
no, they banned it.
They have ways to deal with Huskar, right? Because the Storm Panda could dispel the healing. They could Cyclone up in the air. But I feel like if there's one way you could lose, is you get Dazzle Huskar.
Get Dazzle Huskar.
It's like a very safe ban.
That's so cool.
5 seconds remaining.
So obviously Dazzle Terrorblade is like the second most popular combo, but that's also banned out. Is there any other like Dazzle hero that comes to mind?
I'm not sure. Tanking Dazzle's nice though, because you burrow, get right next to him. You'll always get the value.
Sure.
Remember the old Orange team? Their favorite combo was like Shadow Demon, Dazzle, Sand King tri-lanes.
Right, right.
It was so beast. You'd like disrupt, stun, then you'd have like four targets.
Heroes.
Yeah, I really like that Orange team.
I think Naga, Dazzle is also up there with just illusions.
Yeah.
Is CK a hero that would be good for Infamous?
It's alright. I think ET is quite good. They have a lot of clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Doesn't Brew like destroy the illusion?
Yes. Or do a ton of damage to it.
Yeah.
Eventually you can out-tank it, but you know, it's going to be a while before.
I really feel like Lifestealer is the hero here. Especially since the Brew exists. All the illusion heroes just feel so much weaker. Either going with Gyro or Lifestealer. And as an off chance, maybe something like Jug.
Well, they're ticking into their bonus time.
Team Liquid's turn to pick Luna.
Gonna be Luna.
So the BKB hero. The Dazzle synergy here at all? It kind of feels like a...
They want to
aggro lane with Urster.
I think if you can give Sand King the one-on-one against Brew, you'll be very happy. And
5 seconds remaining.
So we're looking for a Matu hero. Anything obvious coming to mind?
TV would have been the best one.
Unfortunately, for Liquid, that one is banned. Played. It has to be have to be a hero that can be kind of self-sufficient, because the disruptor is going to rotate around as is the ET.
Yeah.
I think disruptor has to stay in the lane, right? He needs levels before he.
Yeah.
And I think he is actually really weak if he gets aggressive trialing. So I think the carry that's being picked here has to be really strong on it.
Alright, it will be the gyrocopter. Lumi?
I could see Infamous going for that offensive trialing and like pummeling this very weak Liquid.
What does the Infamous need to do to win?
Win
aggressive trialing, win the lanes?
Yeah.
That's it? What does Liquid need to do to win this? Will?
Don't let Infamous win the lane.
Or be Liquid.
Show up. I think that I actually don't mind Infamous's draft that much at all. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, okay. Now I believe this is a first in definitely a first this Dota Pro circuit. It might be a first at international lands. We have a full British casting duo.
Wow.
Not even kidding. It is time for Infamous versus Team Liquid with OD Pixel, Imperium Flags.
Thank you very much, Shiva. And indeed, I'm OD Pixel. I'm here with good old Pyrian, and we're ready to bring you the excitement that is Liquid versus Infamous with a casting pair that's countlessly been requested by Reddit.
Apparently.
I mean, they just can't get enough.
I mean, that was not me. That was not my alt accounts or any of my friends or family.
But we're bringing it to you because we know you guys love it. And this game, it's one of those games where it's going to be very exciting to see what happens.
Honestly, if you stayed up late for this one or you've got up early, I said this was the alarm clock series of the year.
Yeah. But this could be sort of the series. It could be sort of like the Twilight Hour series.
It really could.
Something amazing happens.
And this is when weird stuff happens. This is when it happens in these kind of moments between reality and midnight.
And things change at LAN. You know, everything can be different. We don't know how well Liquid can play on LAN. I mean, they've only done a couple. You know, TI.
They've changed all their names. What is this? Angel Arena Player, Notel 43. This is going to be tricky.
Don't worry, it's only on the loading screen.
Oh, okay, thank God.
That's just, they'll fix it in one of the 2 weekly patches. Don't worry.
Okay, what is up with that?
We'll get sorted. But wins the game now. We have Liquid, of course, versus Infamous. As the panel was saying, they said they don't think Infamous' lineup's too bad. They kind of like what Infamous have done with their draft. Would you agree, Ted? Are you liking this sort of
yeah, but apparently, I was actually just listening. I would have thought Viper would crush any melee mid that he's up against. But according to William, Viper shits on DK. Oh, sorry, DK shits on Viper because the damage reduction from the breath means that he doesn't really care about getting right-click. He has so much regen and armor, it just doesn't matter. And eventually gets to the point where he just can't bully DK out of lane, even as Viper. So I think that's interesting. I mean, I think they're both I quite like both drafts. If you look at Infamous's draft, it looks like most pub games look a lot like this.
It's a nice standard. It's got a clear
pretty standard draft. Yeah.
Oh, Schofield. He'll have to roll himself away.
No bother.
Battle.
The only problem is, regardless of the draft, this is your reigning world champions against a team that finished third in their qualifying group. So I'm not saying it's all up against Infamous. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough one. They need to win the lanes. That's what the panel was saying, and I could not agree more. Infamous need to win their lanes and hope that they don't get liquidated.
You see Liquid here really wanting to try and take away this bounty rune. We'll see if it's going to be allowed.
It's going to get duped. Well,
GH and Mind Control with a split and first blood. It's going to go the way of Liquid.
And he's going to get the bounty.
Can they get a return kill though? Look at this.
Uphill miss. GH is going to walk it off.
He's out of it. He's just that little bit too speedy. I think Katara is going to come and hunt. But he's out in the tree line. It was a good attempt. Well, not quite there.
First blood, and they stole the bounty rune, and he TP'd out.
And Mind Control's getting this.
And he's feeling the wave.
Yeah.
They're all up in their minds already.
That nice starting wave. Mind Control taking it away of this tri-lane as well from Infamous. Putting a lot of focus on trying to make sure that they get that safe lane for the Luna up top. See what we have in the mid lane matchup. We have this DK Pepita Viper. Go both ways, with Miracle though being on the Dragon Knight. You do have to sort of favor him in this 1v1. Up top, looks like Schofield's getting pretty aggressive here. They're sort of playing around behind that top tier 1 tower. Playing that Stinger. Forced back by Kuroki, but Stinger's managed to get the creep pull as well. Look at this. Look how deep these guys are.
It's aggressive. It's very aggressive, but they block it.
Well.
He might get now. He's not going to get GH.
He's going to turn into That's always the worst.
I feel like when you're playing up against someone like Liquid, the problem is they will push their hero to the absolute limit, and they'll be comfortable doing it. They know exactly how far they can push it. I mean, Kuro might have overextended here just a wee bit.
Oh, he goes straight for the TP out. Oh,
that was close. That was close.
This is good for Infamous. They get themselves a kill in the first couple of minutes. They'll be happy with that. Top lane Katara getting pressured pretty heavily by Mind Control and G8.
He is. Got 5 last hits.
Look at these punches as well from G8.
Yeah, they really do hurt. Especially once he gets that the spirit on you and stuff, then he really starts to punch really hard. This was wasn't it Brewmaster and Elder Titan in the previous matchup as well? In the previous series we saw, they ran them in a duel off lane, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Scary. They're two beefy lads. They walk at you. There's not much you can do.
Absolutely, and hard to punch back as well with this chance from the Brute. Sure, she's got the Lucent Beam in the early stages. They do have the heal bomb if they can get in good position, but to really do something, they need to have a third hero. They want to have Skullfield on the Earth Spirit up there, but for now, Goldfield's actually looking down towards the bottom. They found Kuroki again. This is going to be the second time the captain of Liquid's going down. That's you're killing the captain there.
You are killing the captain. What's that going to do to morale, Owen? That's what I want to know. The team look over, their captain's dead again.
He's effing and blinding over there. He's absolutely furious.
Effing and jeffing.
On lane,
Matsu can give it the walk away. Nice, he got the rocket off on old Sting. Here we go. He's going to get him. They're going to bloody get him.
I don't know, it's going to be close. They have that burst strike. They've got him.
Oh my goodness.
The Fairy Fire as well, keeping Stinger alive.
What is happening? Infamous are up 3-2.
GH, he can't quite close the gap. He's going to have the Spirit again in a minute. Ooh. Overfield. He could play around with this though, Ted. Look.
He's going to just whip him. He's got the creeps with him as well.
He's got the smash in a second. Is it going to be? No, he's got the boulder smash.
Oh my God! Schofield outplaying him!
He's going to die for this, sure.
He's not. He's out.
He actually is. They don't have to wait for the
rocket. The rocket.
It's not going to be enough damage.
Are they going to chase him down?
They are chasing. No.
Mind control. Going behind the tower.
He's going to TP.
He's going to try to TP away. They couldn't get him.
But look at this. Infamous. 3.5 minutes in. They're 4 for 2.
Yep.
This isn't too bad at all. They have got to be pretty happy with it.
They're doing it. They're bloody doing it.
And how's the mid lane going? Mid lane, Miracle, he's got the edge. This was expected, though, as we said, with the heroes and the players. 19 for 4 against the 14 for 2. But Peter's still finding something. Not always ideal. You do pick that Viper to try and dominate the lane, and it's not happening in the middle. It is
not. And, I mean, DK, this is the other problem is he's probably going to take your tower fairly early on as well. And what were the people were saying behind backstage there? They were saying that in Genting, every team that took the tower, the mid tower first, went on to win the series or to win the game. So, they booted him.
He's booted him back underneath
Quick,
the tower.
Go and watch them killing some creeps.
Back in. Can they get this? They get some good body blocks from Scope for the chance.
Kuro's going to stop him. He's just. Here comes the second.
They got it.
They got him.
They took down Miracle.
They killed Miracle. That is in itself a miracle.
They're going to get another
GH as well. What is happening?
Kuro as well. Look at the Schofield.
Oh my God. The Dazzle's here as well. Everything's coming up. Infamous.
Infamous. Look at this. 7 for 2.
You can't believe it.
Schofield's been doing some big thing, and that TP through from the Dazzle coming into the mid lane to help out.
Absolutely turning it around, mate. I tell you what, Fog's looking at his hair in the mirror for one last time right now.
Just a reminder, if you missed it, Fog did promise to shave his head if Liquid lose this series 2-0. He'll appreciate me reminding you guys for that. Look at this so far, 5 minutes in. Farm, of course, still pretty good for Liquid. You look at the 3 cores on Liquid. You got 28-11 on Matsu, 28 for 8 on Miracle, 21 for 3 on Mind Control. Rotations, pretty hot from Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous. They look cold, but they turned up playing hot.
Get in the middle lane. They're trying to get the kickback onto
Miracle. Oh my goodness.
They don't even need it. Stinger comes through. There will be the stun, but there's the boulder smash. Holding Miracle in place. He comes with the burst strike. That's going to knock him down. But Tummerman's trying to find return kills. Missile holds back the Dazzle. But Infamous again, they're getting a kill, and they're getting out this time.
Applying that pressure.
This is the second time they've been able to take down the DK. They forced Matumberman to react by coming to the mid lane, and Liquid can't get a return kill.
And then look at this. He's actually got to level up on Mind Control and Luna. She's got to level up on the Brew. That's good, because that means he might be able to kill him with his ult. Yeah, Kuro, they're going to get Kuro as well.
That's what the 4th time he's died this game.
This is 9-2. Who's the net worth leader, Owen? It's Viper. It's Viper.
It is.
He had a tough lane, but he's turned it a boot.
These kills that he's been getting in the mid lane thanks to his team's rotations have been massive for Peter.
They're going to try and get mind control. They want to kill him before the brew hits 6. That's when it gets really tricky. Want to punish him in lane. I think, how close is Katara to level 6? I was going to say,
if they've got the Eclipse soon, definitely going to want to try and do...
He's about 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah. One more wave and he'll be at it. Just get too many guys.
Yeah, I think they're bringing people in because they realise what's going to happen. GH is going to come back in here now. There's the boulder.
They've got the dazzle with the bell. Oh, that's smash onto 2 as well with the heal bomb. Mind control's down.
One more glaive. One more glaive does it.
And go in the way of Katara as well. Big money there for the Luna. Lane Pepita versus Miracle. Miracle has the Elder Dragon form.
He's a big lad, by the way.
Oh, he is.
He's a big lad.
Absolutely massive. Flexing them guns here in the middle lane. Viper, you stay top net worth. Oldfield, look at this rotation tank.
Oh my goodness. They're not going to kill him again.
They might do.
3 times in 7 minutes.
Chase down. They're going to get the boldest man.
Oh my god.
What is going on?
Schofield's Earth Spirit is absolutely winning them this early stages.
I mean, I've kind of lost count of how many kills he's been involved in, but it's got to be the majority of them, what we're seeing. Schofield, yeah, 5-1-5.
Unbelievable.
Against Team Liquid at 7 minutes in.
I mean, you'd be happy with 5 kills at the end of the game on Earth Spirit.
5-1, what a way to start the game for Infamous.
He's been involved in 10 of their 11 kills. That's unbelievable.
Look at this up top. They're going to get more.
Yeah,
the roll's going to be off the mark. They are going in onto Katara. Katara turns.
Oh,
the crit from Mind Control brings him down. Axel's also in trouble. He's got the Grave, the TP out. He's going to make it for sure.
All right, well, that wasn't great.
They limit their casualties.
Yeah, they did.
Only one goes down. It is their carry. So that's the bit of the bad news there for Infamous. But still, doing not too bad on the Luna. Katara, just a couple of hundred behind Matuma Man's gyrocopter.
I mean, Miracle's 1,000 behind the Viper now.
He's had a rough time mid. He's died 3 times.
He has. These rotations coming through, how have they gone unnoticed? I guess maybe they just timed it just right.
I think that just sort of the levels that they came in at was the problem as well. Because sure, normally Disruptor's pretty good against these sort of players. You can control them under the thing, but these were coming through when Kuro was still seeing a level 2, level 3.
Yeah, because he died early on a couple of times, didn't he?
Kills that they got down bottom to start with, certainly.
Liquid are going to try and make some action of their own here.
They've got the 6 on Brew. They want to use the Primal Split.
And they also got the timing on the...
this is going to look pretty grim unless Infamous can do something big in terms of reaction. Pepita falling low. Axel can't close the gap for the Shallow Grave. The homing missile redirects itself towards the Dazzle. He does still get the Grave off. Stinger, he's thinking about this one, but the cooldown from Matuma Man comes in, clips onto Stinger once. Stinger's already outside. Excel's looking to deny himself the neutrals. Isn't going to make it. Miracle still finds the kill, and Liquid, they're moving in mid. They take down Schofield. This time, Liquid pulling themselves together, making use of the ultimates, not actually needing to use the Primal Split. The cooldown when Matuma Man level 8, hitting that bit of an early power spike on the gyro, get the job done. Now they'll be able to put some pressure onto this tier 1 tower as well. They spot out Stinger. That Spirit. Burrow strike himself away.
Great timing then from Liquid.
Yeah.
They knew exactly, all right, the lane's not been growing great, but don't worry, we're ready to fight now. Matthew's 8, Miracle's 8. He's got his ult up. Let's go mid and take the tower. And they've got a couple of kills to go with it.
Unless they do try and secure Katara that space.
Oh, it's a re-smoke. It's a re-goose.
They've got the epicenter on Stinger.
Radiant's top tower is under
5 on Schofield. Can they catch on top? At the moment, Matuma Man is off zone on top. If they can get a jump in onto Matu, he's coming out, but he's all on his own.
They've lost him.
They're going for the longer wraparound. Schofield might find him on the exit. No.
Oh, Matu's gone for the bounty. They've got him sandwiched.
They've got the high ground vision. Matu, he's miles away from any sort of teammates. They have the epicenter revved up, going straight in. It doesn't matter that the cooldown's out because Infamous, they've taken down Matuma Man. GH came through, but nothing he could do to react in time. A big kill for them to find, getting Matuma Man out on his own.
And a perfect little smoke rotation then as well.
They might even get more. GH he came forward into this. He knew that there were 3 heroes here.
Wow.
And he gets too close. The Burrow Strike from Stinger sets up for another kill for Infamous.
Not great. Liquid may got a tower, but yeah, sloppy. That's definitely the word I'd use.
Suddenly, it's gaps between the force, very small. It's pretty much neck and neck in terms of net worth. This tower could potentially tilt it back in favor of Infamous. It is so close. So if they get away with it, it looks like Liquid are going to come up and try and react. necessarily push the tower that quickly. Yeah, Infamous are going to be have to be very careful about how they plan on sticking around here, and they've got no plans to do so at all. Already backing away. Kuro, yeah, he's actually on the bottom lane, so no hope of a disruptor play with the glimpse. Kuro continues down bottom, babysitting Miracle.
Miracle back up on top on net worth. He's just that good at farming. Of course, he's always got, Viper doesn't really have the potential to flash farm in the same way. So even though DK died 3 times mid, I always think he's going to have the potential to catch up. Taking towers as well really helps. Yeah, no concerns for Miracle. He's also one of those players, you've seen him in a ton of games. He gets shut down early on in lane, it's very difficult. I saw a game with him recently where he was Invoker and it had gone really poorly. Fast forward 20 minutes, he's the highest net worth in the game and he's getting all the kills. Not a panicker, young Miracle.
Great for the Shadowblade off the drums this game so he can get that.
Dire's top tower is
Finding that dazzle before save through. Setting up on those. Scan as well from Liquid will clip onto Infamous inside the jungle down bottom, so they know that they're around here. Kuro and GH, of course, play it safe respectively. Back away from this tier 1 tower. Looks like Infamous may get away with this. There is a Blink Dagger now on Mind Control's Brewmaster.
Wow.
Does of course still have that primal split ready to go. So good timing on the Blink. Swimmerman keeping that top lane forced in as well. Liquid setting a camp up there and very much happy to take a fight if Infamous try and defend it. Let's just looking for the trade down bottom. Hard thing to do. Finds this Gyro Bruma.
Absolutely. I mean, especially the other thing with Gyro is that even if you farm, I mean, he's 4th at the moment, 5th now. It doesn't matter too much. He can flash farm so fast in the jungle, pick up some stacks and stuff. Yeah. He's always going to pick up. Kuro's still only level 4.
Yeah, a little slow on the levels this game for Kuro. So he did get bullied a bit earlier on.
0-4.
Static Storm.
Static Storm will be a very good, very good against him.
If you can just drop it on top of the Dazzle,
yeah,
they can absolutely rip through Infamous's lineup. The Dazzle's been doing a lot. So I'm making some big plays with the heal. Braves.
Yeah, he's done well.
And you can see here in the comparison to the levels. Picture of Kuro is
Kuro's
further
way behind
any of the other supports in the game.
They might be able to finish off this mid tower now. They know the Liquid's rotated top. They should be able to give this a little bit of a push. But Liquid did take that crucial first mid tower.
And they're also going to look to take this tier 2 on top as well, Liquid.
Tier 2, if they can get it, they might even be able to get it in time. Infamous kind of standing back while they're trying to set up and catch Liquid out, but they're too wily, these lads.
Get the sleep onto the Luna. In they come. Mind Control as well. Jumping forward the split, but the instant stun. They hold Mind Control back. They have the epicenter. Can they kill it before the primal? They can't. Still gets the primal split out. The Grave was there onto Kataro. Kataro's still going to tick down though. They lose the Luna. They'll lose Dazzle as well. Liquid reacting with a fantastic defense, holding onto the tier 1 tower. They've taken down 2. They surround Pepita. They'll be able to find this Viper as well for sure. It's Liquid putting a big stop to the plays of Infamous there in that situation. I think Burrow striking himself away. Liquid, suddenly we're starting to see them climb ahead. They've got that 3k gold lead. These sort of plays, sure, in the early game you might be able to outplay them in the sense of catching them off guard with some smart movements, but when it comes to execution of fights, Liquid are always going to be
just the masters.
Yeah.
They're so good. Liquid, I mean, Dazzle even got the full weave off on his team. It looked like, maybe this is going to go okay, but they jumped that Luna so fast. Elder Titan caught her out, big split, and then Brute on top of her, so really, really tough.
And as we saw with them, they don't really quite have the burst damage to take down that Brute. Control that before he gets the chance to primal split.
Yeah.
So, I've got to enter these fights expecting him to be able to do it each and every time.
Also, you really don't want your Luna to be the one at the front, When you're taking some buildings, sure, but they kind of want the Viper up there. He's in big trouble. This rocket.
Getting out. Liquid.
Yeah, they're relentless.
But saying, I hope you enjoyed having your first few minutes of fun, Infamous, because now it's
playtime's over.
It's going to get a bit painful. Where it becomes very hard for Infamous. Got Liquid back down. One bit of an opening that we are able to get ahead. Very hard to.
And level 6 now on Kuro, so he's back in there. Oh, his ult is back and everything. Kick the cable.
Was level 12. Shadowblade is complete. Dragon Knight. Scores at the top of the net worth for Liquid.
That's just towers. That's just towers, Owen. Infamous still in this.
Sure.
I'm sure of it, yeah.
There's money for the taking on the map for sure from Infamous.
They still haven't got that mid. I mean, they tried. I feel like they spent a lot of time sort of standing around trying to get everything ready for what they knew was going to be a fight. I think they could have just maybe punched the building and back, but they're going to try and get it now, maybe?
Liquid smoking up, ready to punish him for trying for this push.
It's a flank. It's a classic flank attack.
Yeah, quite brutal. Here's the jump in from Mind Control, coming in straight away with the Primal Split. Cooldown slow straight on top of the Viper. He'll be left alone as they throw the Dazzle up into the air. No chance for a Brave or a save to keep Pepita alive as they'll move from target to target. Excel going for the TP out, but it's going to be cancelled straight away by the Storm Panda. Liquid claim 2. Down bottom though,
Ooh.
Infamous are able to find Miracle on his own because of Liquid going for that play in the mid lane. Still overall 2-for-1 trade for Liquid. They did still lose the tower in the mid lane though. So Infamous, they are managing to trade objectives for these losses still.
They got an objective and they killed Miracle,
yeah.
But yeah, they did lose heroes for it.
Problem.
I mean, Liquid just have to basically play their game, right? They just have to, they know all the heroes, you know, they know what they need to do. They just need to go around it nice and steady. I feel like Infamous had that good start, but whether they could turn that into a winning situation, I'm not so sure. It's going to be very, very difficult. They need to keep outplaying Liquid, but we've seen time and again, Liquid is so good in these team fights at executing, at catching people out of position, and they just know exactly what needs to be done in each fight. What's the primary target? How do we get there? Their movements are really good. Their smokes are really good. So the problem is with Infamous is they need to put Liquid so far on the back foot that Liquid kind of lose their way, but I don't think you can do that.
And these fights are so hard for Infamous in the sense they have this SK, Earth Spirit. They're going to want to be rolling in on the front lines, but Liquid, they can punish any sort of group up with the Echo Stomps, the Static Storm.
Oh, they're going to go in on Matu.
They're going to find Matu here. The silence looks like Liquid are just going to leave him be. They are sort of backing away. They know there's nothing they can do to save him. They didn't have Static Storm back up. Infamous getting away with the Gyrocopter kill.
Luna now top on net worth. They need her to be big because what they need to do is if they get a kill, yeah, they've seen him. I think they've seen him.
They've got it. They've got the sentry down.
So they thought better of it.
Not really too much. Jumping in. Epicenter isn't back online.
Also, you don't really want to ever have to focus the DK down.
No, especially when you know that the rest of the team's behind him. Now, I'm going to try and go on him though. They can do this. They do at the break. Take the passive off. In fact, they are bringing him down very low with a magical poison, taking him down. Miracle's gone. Mind Control's going to try and find return as he opens up straight away onto Pepita. Epicenter comes in though, straight away on top of this GHL.
Kicked him away.
They're keeping Pepita alive. The armor doing so much for him, but finally the boulder flies in. They lose Pepita. Now,
this Brewmaster controlling up this Dazzle is really changing the fights here for Liquid.
He wants to chase. He's got his eyes on the Earth Spirit. Try and kick him back up top as well. Matuma Man chasing down Excel. Tries to go for the shallow grave. Excel's there in time. They lose the Dazzle.
Honestly, like the problem is the Brew splits and just spins Dazzle in the air the entire time. Yeah, it's like, so what can he do?
Very hard game for Axel and the Dazzle to the positions be in. He's always forced to throw everything out very early.
Yeah.
He can't. Oh, bring up. Oh. Man gets out. Now they've got Dust, they've got Sleep. Got a field as well to hold old Stinger in place.
Picked off. He's almost got a Yules, I think, on the Sand King.
Out again though. Yeah. 20 minutes in, 15 to 16. Liquid, of course, with the lead. 3K at the moment. But I mean, look at Katara's farm. This Luna is top of the board. She's still ahead of Matuma Man. Katara's getting a lot of space, and with this Masker Ban is sweeping through the jungle. Very close to having the Manta style finish.
Yeah.
Which is certainly going to help, but...
Well, I mean, what they need is to get her in a position where they want to fight near some buildings.
Yeah.
And then Luna goes to town. But the problem is, I think until then, they just need to hope that she can go and farm without getting caught. I mean, Liquid have good catch with the Disruptor. It is difficult, I think. You got the Shadowblade DK as well to set things up, but she's very fast. She could just keep around the map and farming and avoiding fights until she's really scary big.
Miracle's ready though. It is around this tier 2 tower. He's hunting for the backlines behind Pepita. Just sort of out on his own. They just look to just play underneath the tower. Liquid feel that they're strong enough.
I don't think he has any idea this
Stinger is around. Bakura is there ready to keep him on the sidelines. Pepita gets opened up to straight away. Primal split popped as well.
Oh, Dazzle.
Oh, he TP'd straight into the Static Storm. Excel, not the play. Old Stinger does rev up the epicenter. He's looking for KuroKy, but he's got to use the Burrow Strike defensively to get himself out. So Infamous have lost 2. Tier 2 tower now in threat for Liquid, but at the same time, Kataro, he's going to force some reactions up top. Matuma TP's in, but look, Schofield was there ready with the trap. Oh!
He came out of nowhere!
Matsu did not expect the Earth Spirit to be there to back up the Luna at all. And now GH is in trouble. They have the Eclipse. GH is going to fall as
what
well.
A turnaround!
And they get the tower. Kataro and Schofield. I mean, Schofield has just been next leveling them with the positions. Miracle's going to come in with the Shadow Blade, but Kataro, he's already out of that. So's Schofield.
These Earth Spirit plays coming out of Schofield, I tell you what. That's keeping, it really is. It got them in that early, it did great for them in the early game. It might just keep them in this game in the mid-game period.
5, 2, and 12. Still in 17 of the 18 kills. He's only missed out on one of them so far this game.
What a monster.
Very impressive play from... That was as well, you know, man, he popped a BKB charge. One of the BKB charges gone. His way down in that last fight. Well, chance to get it out soon enough.
Very defensive so far. Gyro hasn't really got much in terms of like offensive items. Got the BKB, but compared that to Luna.
Found him here.
Yeah.
And they may get him. Mind Control's coming forward. Jump forward onto Axel. You have to call down straight away onto Pepita. They've lost their Dazzle on the back lines. Axel's down. Schofield and Olstinger come through, but the BKB's out from Matuma. It might not matter though. These guys are just right-clicking down the gyro. The sleep fruit for GH holds them back. Pepita pops the stick charge. He's looking for himself Kuro. He'll get it. Old Stinger. Burrow strikes in onto GH. Pepita's just kiting them. Look at this kite from the fight, but they just can't quite get him. Now they do. Miracle gets the kill, but GH falls. It's a 3 for 2 at the moment. Infamous coming out in top of the numbers. Finally, the equalizer will be there. 3 for 3. Kataro gets out. So trade ends.
Really messy fight there, Owen. Messy, messy, messy. All over the place.
Man, I mean, if Liquid can get the Roche off the back of it, that will be a clear win for them. But Schofield still alive.
You know what? You fancy him to nick it. You do fancy him to nick it.
If there is ever going to be a player this game to do a big play like that, it certainly is going to be Schofield from what we've seen so far.
Or he'll miss it and go to pieces.
It's so hard to time. He's hiding himself very well there, making sure the courier doesn't spot him. Can he really go for anything like this? On the side, they've got the vision off! They've got the boulder smash. They don't have the Eclipse though, so the damage is limited. Schofield's going to be caught out. The Grave!
Last second Grave!
Can he get out? He rolls away. The glimpse from Kuro's there.
Brutal!
Hold Schofield down.
Gave him a little fuck you.
He's buying time though. Roshan's still at half health.
That's true.
Stinger's going to be back up in a second on the Sand King, and he has the epicenter available. Miracle's now lost the Elder Dragon form. Infamous may still be able to take this Roche fight.
Do they still at least? They don't have Disruptor ult just yet. I think it'll be up in a bit.
And it looks like Infamous aren't really making a beeline straight for it. Maybe if they headed straight over, they could have, but they are just going to let Liquid get away with this one, as it seems. Maybe, as you say, yeah, Static Storm, cooldown, Split is still there. It is still scary to fight into. Primal Split as well.
But that was where you really don't want to have to fight. There was like uphills, downhills. Everybody's on a different level, split up, different targets. Very difficult.
Tara is definitely going to be a threat in these fights, though. This top going straight for the butterfly. Ask the Manta, what's he got in the curry? Anything tasty? It is, yeah, the full BKB, isn't it? Yep. But with the BKB and Manta, it's pretty hard for Liquid to take him down as long as he can get that BKB off before any sort of initial stun.
Yeah.
Because their lineup at the moment is majority magical damage. Sure, the DK is still going to punch a little bit with the Elder Dragon form, but Kataro with the backup of Axel, and Axel has been getting some good defensive weaves out, building that armor up.
But he needs to avoid getting controlled up by the Brew.
It's a free tower for Infamous down bottom.
I think if the Dazzle can get an Ether Lens and just stay back, get a Glimmer maybe instead, just hang back, avoid it going anywhere near the Brew, and just try and hit the spells on the Luna whenever he can. But otherwise, he's just kind of getting spun around in the air. Courier could be in trouble.
Miracle was had their eyes on it, was Courier safe. Very good with the sentries. A lot of times they've had the eyes on Miracle's movement. Shadowblade. So the plan is here. Infamous keep pushing down bottom. Liquid only going to want to try and force Infamous back rather than go back themselves. Start heading down here. Again, it's hard. I mean, in the jungle, you see there's an Observer Sentry matchup that Infamous got laid down. They are, but yeah, he must have gone undercover of that, so they know where he is at.
They're just avoiding Liquid at the moment. I think they know they've got the Aegis. They don't want to have to fight them. But equally, they're just getting things pushed out. They've got the bot lane and the top lane sort of pushed more or less, bot lane especially, to where they want it. And now they can maybe, when Liquid go, rotate to deal with that, push mid out, and just try and wait this Aegis out. You do not want to have to fight them when they've got the Aegis up there.
Liquid, of course, they certainly fight this up and with smoke. Find in terms of where to catch.
Look how spread out Infamous are.
It's, yeah.
They're all over the map. They're just saying, nope, if you catch one of us, that's fine. You're not going to catch all five.
I mean, this is the hero you don't mind losing.
Yeah.
Sure. Just let him tank the gap.
Gets the weave,
He's
gets
getting
the grade.
He's buying time. I mean, Stinger's actually thinking about coming in. He's revealed himself on the sidelines, goes for the Burrow Strike and the epicenter, but the Static Storm is laid straight down. Pepita's also trying to come in on the sidelines for this, and in fact, they do have the Eclipse of the Boulder Smash. Straight in they go, looking for the Brew. They've got him. That's going to be Brew down. They lose the Gyro's Aegis as well. The BKB Luna moving in. Katara going ham, forcing GH back. GH will be fine for now. Katara's going to turn for the bigger kill, looking for Matuma Man. Matuma Man pops the BKB. He's still alive for now. They have to try and get this Luna out there. Are they going to get the chance? He turns again. They get the kill onto the Gyro. Jump forward for Stinger. Burrow Strike out onto the DK, but the sleep stomp's there from GH. Holds down Katara. Katara will fall. Stinger trying to get back to safety. He will not be fine, though. They have the glimpse. Kuro has the vision, but the Burrow Strike's still there. GH is trying to chase, but Stinger, he may just be speedy enough to get out of it. He's got the Sandstorm, the blink out. Stinger's going to be fine. Back into the hands of Excel, who has the heal. So they did have to expend the buyback on the Viper, but still, they got rid of the Aegis. They actually killed Matuma Man after they did that.
Yeah.
They find the Brew as well before the Primal splits out. Liquid's still coming out on top, but again, you've got to admire the way that Infamous are playing this game. 27 minutes, 25 to 23. Liquid have a lead. Only a 3K
it's only
lead,
3K, absolutely. The problem in that fight was, if it hadn't been for the Aegis, whole fight is different. They killed the Gyro nice and early, really good stuff. Luna was still around, but then once she started getting biffed by what was left of Liquid, it was very difficult. Dazzle, of course, got killed really early on. Again, I mean, he just got unlucky. He wandered face first into the.
I mean, it's crazy as well, because we saw how they went on the Dazzle. We were like, well, maybe they just want to sort of sack the Dazzle, but no, Infamous, they wanted to take that fight.
In there.
And fair play, they knew that they did have good potential.
Yeah.
They got some good kills out off the back of that. Katara survived this. Luna still just sailing away at the top of the net worth. And, I mean, once he has the butterfly, we saw already without the butterfly, he offers a hefty bit of a punch, you know. But Tuman and this Gyro, sure has a BKB, but other than that,
and some serious building taking, Owen. Let's talk about building hitting.
If they get a team fight, Infamous are going to be knocking on your doors very, very quickly.
So are we on the verge of an upset here, Owen? That was potentially happening.
You never know in games like this, because at the same time, Liquid, if they take one fight, suddenly they're going to be 10k ahead of back. But Infamous, absolutely, I think a lot of people would not have expected to see such a performance from them. They have really shown up so far in this game one of the series, very impressively. Coming in with the smoke though, Excel's on the front line, see how they react. Miracle's got the Shadow Blade, opens up onto the Dazzle, BKB popped as well. They have the Static Storm controlling this SK. Yules himself up, buys some time, can he get out of there? He has the Sandstorm, the Earthsplitter comes through though. They lose 2. Infamous, up 2 kills as Liquid get themselves successful smoke rotation off.
This Dazzle is just having a miserable time of it. Liquid just absolutely pummeling him every time.
Yeah, the commitment there from Miracle. Pops the Dragon Form, pops the BKB. He says, we just got to get rid of this Dazzle. Then it's very hard for Infamous to do anything in return. And he's going to be able to get some more usage out of the Elder Dragon Form as they start to push in on this bottom lane. And take the tier 2 at the least. We'll see if they can do anything more down here. Sand King does have buyback.
Yeah, I don't think you want to have to buy back with 20 seconds left. They'll have the Dazzle back. Like I said, I think Infamous are doing right. If they don't want to have to fight here, push the other lanes out and then go back. And when the SK's back, I think Liquid should probably leave anyway, but we'll see.
They may just take the tier 3 in the back. Yeah, Elder Dragon Form's gone. They don't have that. And a bit of help to the push. They will play it safe. Taro takes that middle tower. He does get the split push, gets the tower. And he's going to be very close to his butterfly. He had the Eagle song. Yeah, I think he's got the quarterstaff and the courier. It's just 300 away. Butterfly is going to be there. Of course, there's no sort of true strike on Liquid's lineup. No sort of MKB coming out as of yet. And if there is going to be down the line, it's going to take a long time as either of these cores want to be buying that item early on. Matumba himself, of course, just going for the evasion, the butterfly as well. Lane has his eyes on Pepita.
don't know if he can kill him in time, but he's got 6 left.
Miracle, the back of these last fights has been getting blocked. And Miracle actually, oh sorry, Miracle does have the Hyperstones.
Yeah.
So he's halfway there.
He's pretty tough.
Yeah, he's preparing for that butterfly that is now.
Oh, his attack speed now. Sanja the Yasha as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I think he's going to go for it. Like, okay, he's left.
He does have GH here as well.
He does.
So with the auras, it's not the easiest of targets, and he's a little unsure if there potentially could be backup, so they'll play it safe, they'll get away. I mean, this is, you know, Liquid have to do this. They've got to respect Infamous in this game. So, and making some good moves.
Also, because they got that tier 3, I think now what they can do is push the lanes in, get some shrines, and maybe even think about getting the next Roche before they go high ground.
Throws the Spirit out and TP. Grab. Big damage boost as well as Mind Control. He has the Assault Caress.
Yeah.
So with AC, the MKB nearly done on Miracle, Liquid, they do have sort of that physical punch that they were lacking before. Through those BKBs and deal with the extra additional armor that Infamous are going to have being built up by that Excel Dazzle's Weave.
I think this is kind of the problem. When you have one hero that's got all the farm like the Luna, I mean, she's done well. She's generally not their opening target. It's kind of hard to kill now. They blow up the Dazzle, and then the rest of the heroes just don't have the damage, I don't think.
Peter, he is just heading in on the front lines. He will be forced back by Schofield. This is there from Kuro, but Liquid, see, they really don't want to jump straight in on that.
Yeah.
Know that have to do a very sort of smart initiation. Can't afford to jump on these sort of vehicles like the Viper that launted in front of them intentionally by Infamous in an attempt to get them to bite.
Like a worm on a hook, Owen.
Yep.
And it's back.
Roche is
the Roche man.
It's a hard fight for both teams. Arguably, I'd say definitely harder for Infamous.
Yeah.
There is such good team fight from Liquid.
You've got the cooldown, you've got Elder Titan, you've got Disruptor, Brewmaster, and then DK can tank a lot of your damage. Meanwhile, have
looking at the Epicenter and the Earth Spirit.
Big Epi, and a big Earth Spirit ult, but...
And if they get the BKBs off in time on...
Yeah, maybe if they can get a good weave, and maybe Dazzle doesn't die, possible.
Try for it here, Liquid, though. Head into the pit. Infamous are sort of split back up across the map. You've got Katara down bottom at the moment.
I mean, he can force them out of the pit here by pushing.
Yeah, he can push incredibly fast down on this.
I think he's going to go for the tier 3.
I think you've got to. He's going to realize that they're in the pit. He's going to go for it. They have lost Roshan, though, as Aegis is picked up by Matumba Man. Stinger jumping in with the Burrow Strike onto Mind Control. Mind Control does still have the split available. He's trying to hold it for now. Miracle takes down the Dazzle. Now the Primal Split comes out. They get the glimpse back onto Stinger. Throwing him into the pit. Bottom lane, though, Katara popping the BKB. Can he find the Rax's dub? He's trying his best. Miracle's bringing him low. No, Katara just keep hitting it. Oh, he decides to try and run back in the trees. I think if he kept hitting...
I think he might have. It was close.
He may have just got it.
Oh, dodges the static field. I feel like...
I think he needed to keep
I think it looks closer than it was. He could have got it, but yeah, very tough. But they have got the lanes all pushed in. I do think this is the right way to do it. The Roche went down so fast, though. I think it just only needed another 5 seconds, they would have got it, but the Roche went down very quickly. I kind of thought Infamous were going to disrupt the Roshan attempt a bit more, just delay them even just for 10 seconds, and they could have got a lane of Rax, but they're timely DD on Gyro, and he's just going to get push bot.
We'll see if Liquid can pass out the buyback on Katara. 5 seconds, no Luna. Atsu onto the Rags down bottom. They may just have to let this set go, at least, by the looks of it, as they don't seem to show intention of buying back as of yet. So 1 Rax.
Oh, that's quick.
Go in the way of Liquid. Straight towards mid they go.
This is that horrible point. You got 17 seconds. You know you... By holding on for your buyback, you're going to have to lose another lane of Rax and just save the third.
And it's gone. 2 sets of Rax for Liquid.
We talked about pushing fast with the Luna. Well, guess what? DK pushes pretty fast as well.
I think Matu, he seems to sense that the game may be over as he's queuing up a Divine Rapier mid lane, trying to jump in onto the DK, but the force is there. saving Miracle for now. Skullfoot tries to roll away. They're trying to commit. Look at the backlines. You got Guitarra coming in with the Eclipse. Straight away manning up with the BKB. Can he take the Miracle in time? He can. Miracle's down once. Has the Aegis. Matuma Man turning back up. They've got the Lucid Beam. Sorry, no, it was Matuma with the Aegis. Miracle's down for good. But still, it's Liquid cleaning up. It's a triple kill for Mind Control. Pepita is going to fall as well for sure. As he tries to run, he's not getting out of there. They have buyback available on 3, but GG is called. Liquid will take game 1, but Infamous, definitely an admirable show in this opening game of the series. Not the walk in the park that Liquid may have expected, as there were some signs of brilliance.
Absolutely. I thought Infamous definitely gave them a game, turned up